Anyway,
It's making
welcome
wild
back to the
decision.
podcast. Hey, everybody.
We're back.
We are
You
back.
thought you seen The Last of Us, but
We
no.
thought we'd seen The Last of Us.
Oh,
No, I just mean because we literally have been MIA.
we have been MIA. We
Or
haven't been doing
Rebecca's been
well.
sick. I have been on the other side of the world. I know.
I have looked so much
It's
for
so
the
hard.
clip where
Look,
you say, "Never in my life, not even if who's paying you to be there."
honestly, no, like it's a joke, like, because
I've
it
seen
literally, I think I said it in like numerous episodes. I always said, no, I'm never going to Australia, not even on holidays. I wouldn't even go there on holidays. And I'm here on holidays. So we move. I'm just not saying anything on the podcast anymore because obviously when I say something, the opposite happens. I'm here. It is. I have the
you
Irish
said
tongue.
it, and someone somewhere was like, "Oh, bet
Yeah, bet, bet.
that's the
And now
one
I'm
place in the
here.
world you don't want to go.
But
There,
I'm
you're
I'm
going."
only on holidays. I want to like reaffirm like to everybody
Yeah, no.
I am coming home. Like I am
Liv
not.
hasn't moved down
No,
under.
I'm
She's
not. And
just on a visit.
I'm just on a wee holiday, everybody. Dara just left me there. I'm so sad. Like, because girls, like basically I lived with Dara in Manchester and she's living in a certain part of Australia and I'm visiting another, and she was like up with me the last week and I was like, I just love you. Like she, like we live together, she's literally the best human on earth. And like I'm not joking, I was like, I'm gonna cry when she left me. I was like, no, like we just, it went too quickly, but it was so nice. It's just so sad. Like, why is
That's
all
so
the Irish
lovely.
come
Honestly, when
here?
I was on FaceTime, her vibe's immaculate. Like
Immaculate. She's the
10/10.
best crack ever. Oh my God, I know. Like she's just, I love her. Like 10 out of 10. I forgot that I FaceTimed you. I was obviously very drunk. Me FaceTiming Rebecca when I'm drunk is like,
And then at one point, the phone just goes. The
oh, well,
phone
like, yeah, we won't
fell.
even talk about that. I'm just trying to, I literally like sucked the water out of my phone. And Dara was like, your phone's like working perfectly. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, when I did that, I tasted a lot of metal. I don't think I was supposed to do that. It was just like that was feral fucking shit by me, like to be fair.
I
Um,
genuinely think Vodaphones, iPhones are like water resistant now. I don't think, like, I think a little bit
I
of
don't
water
think
is
so.
grand.
I think Mr.
No?
OAP thought his phone was water resistant and put it in the pool and it just didn't work afterwards for a while.
Oh dear. You're in the sun.
I'm burnt to a crisp.
Neve's in her sunbathing era. It's like
Mm,
we've swapped lives.
mm. I tried to clear up my skin and it is working.
Mm.
But I'm burnt. I'm burnt badly.
That
Um,
Australian sun is no joke.
it's no joke. And I was wearing
No.
Factor 50. My forehead, my like that's why I had to put like something light on my face today because my face is burnt. I'm getting freckles in places I never thought I'd get freckles. Like I literally have freckles on my boobs. Um,
Cute.
yeah. I was like, where did they come out of? But like I am like all my shoulders are covered in freckles, my arms are covered in freckles, like even in between my tattoos now, it's like all freckles. I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
lovely.
no,
It's
the
actually really
Australian
nice down
sun is
here.
wild.
I take back
Yeah.
everything I said.
I was so nervous when you were going because I was like, she's gonna hate it. Like in my
Yeah.
head, I was like, she's, and I didn't even have a reason as to why I thought you were gonna hate it. I just thought
Yeah.
because you had built it up so much in your own brain that you would never ever go, not even on
Not
holidays.
even on
I
holidays,
was
I
like, what
know.
if she hates it
You
like
know how
this?
much people have mocked me over this? Like all my friends were like, "Oh wait," I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake."
Miss, I would never go. I tried to search like pay attention Australia
Yeah,
to
so did
see if
I,
you know the
because I
way
was
you do
gonna
the
make a joke.
transcript.
I
Yeah,
know. I tried checking the
I'm gonna
transcript as
deep
well.
dive and
I actually thought
hyperfixate.
I knew what episode it was as well. I thought I was the one where I was wearing the green tracksuit. Because you know, meet my photographic memory, but it wasn't.
I know there's one where I go on a tangent about traveling and moving, and then I think you say about Australia,
It
but we
probably
didn't.
is one of the moving ones, yeah, because you
Yeah,
talk about Australia and I'm like, I wouldn't even go there in holidays. I'm still a cold weather lover, lads. This honestly is not going to be a place for me like to live ever. Like, do you know what I mean? But
See, it's
like,
just because it's seasonally confusing as well, because you do get
yeah,
the cold weather in Australia, but you get it
not
on the other
really.
side of the year.
Yeah, I think more Melbourne and Sydney you'd get like
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
yeah
That's true.
rain.
That's true.
Whereas like here it's kind of pretty much just sunny. Like but it's lovely here. Like it's actually really,
And
really
it's
nice.
great for the
But
mental health.
yeah,
Bit
it
of vitamin
is. And
D for
my
the
eyes
top
haven't
three into
gone once.
it.
Yeah, not even on the flight over. I was really shocked. But what I think it is because you know when it's sunny here, it's like orange light. My eyes go for white light. Like so if
Hmm.
it's cloudy
Yeah,
at
it's
home,
yeah.
yeah. Mm,
But also I've heard of a thing, and I don't know what the phenomenon is, but I've heard of people moving to Australia and things they've dealt with their whole lives,
it's just
like
gone.
leaving. Or
Yeah.
people like people who have asthma won't have it, or people who don't have asthma get it. You know, it like
Yeah.
flips, I don't know, the immune system, or I guess depending on your body and what
Mm.
it. So
I got the flu.
touch wood.
I got the
Well,
flu.
you take a flu over.
But like who gets a flu? It's spring here
Your
now,
skin looks
like
stunning though. Like you have this glow. Like your nose has this like glow.
thanks.
You're
I
glowing.
think it's actually just the moisturizer I'm wearing underneath because my
From
skin's so badly browned. Sorry, I think somebody's trying to ring me here. Like this is insane.
It is 8:52 a.m.
Yeah, I know I have it on my laptop the Irish time still because I'm working.
and
Obviously,
I
that's it.
literally I woke up and I was like, why do I have no notifications? Everyone hates me. And I'm like, maybe because you went to bed at 1 a.m. You woke up at 7 a.m. So who's contacted you
Who's
in the
contacting you in
6 hours?
between this? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so
But
it's great. It's
here.
nice down here. I'm enjoying my holidays. I'm back next week though.
Did you try Cole's cookies?
Yes, they're
Did you
nice.
try
But I've
Woolies
had better,
cookies?
like, no, I haven't had them cookies
The
yet.
Woolies Dreamy cookies.
Yeah. The
They
food
have
here
like
is
white chocolate.
good. I will say it's better than I
Mm,
had anticipated. And the wine here is really, really good as well. But the cookies are okay, like they're nice, but like I've had
yeah.
better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know as well the chicken salt. I had a dream about chicken salt last night.
Really? Can you
I
not
had a
order
dream.
that, like to get that back
No,
home?
chicken salt is only a thing in Australia. It's like
Oh,
this magical powder that they put on their chips,
is it
like
not like
basically
Armat
everywhere, the
though?
hot
No,
chips. And they call, yeah, see, Armat,
I
I
think it's
think
quite
Armat would
similar.
be the closest, but
Okay,
because Armat has MSG in.
yeah, but so does chicken salt.
I didn't know that part. But
I'm
MSG isn't bad
assuming.
anyway. It's just been it's just the West that's like, oh my God, MSG is so
I
bad.
know
But
we
like
were sold that it was like so bad for you, and it obviously
yeah,
isn't.
no, Asia, the whole of Asia uses it in their cooking, like all the
Yeah,
time. It's just flavor. It's just
yeah,
white people being afraid of flavor.
literally.
Literally, literally.
Stereotypical. I'll never forget there's this one photo and like I bring it up every year. It's like my dad cooking a chicken breast and it's like unseasoned. Definitely showed you this photo,
Yeah,
haven't I? I've showed everyone. It's
terrifying.
like it's a topic of conversation for me. I'm always like, oh, you should see this photo. Like it's actually so fucking funny. But ever since dad asked me to season the chicken because he's like, Neve, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, that's so fair. Um
Well, I mean, that color chicken is scary. You'd want to cook it, you
It
know what I
literally
mean?
looks like a dead body. It's
It was like
scary,
this.
like yeah,
It was
and
like
it's
this color.
wrinkly because it cooks with the skin wrinkles. Like it's so
Oh,
bad. I'm
stop.
like, Dad, what are you doing?
Dry, unseasoned chicken.
It's so bad. But yeah, so no, it's been really good. Obviously, yeah, it's been really good over here, and I'm enjoying myself.
I just, every time I think about the fact that you're actually in Australia right now, my
I
brain just doesn't
know,
compute it. I swear to God.
I know, and like it's just wild to be honest how I ended up here, and now I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in my life? But here we are.
Like if you told us this time last year that I would be in the UK and
Yeah.
you would be in Australia,
I wouldn't have believed you because I literally was supposed to move to Manchester on the 1st of October. Yeah, it's just crazy. Obviously, like, I feel like because I've posted him now on my Instagram, like, I'm very evidently back with my ex-boyfriend that I didn't speak to in like over 3.5 years. So, like, the fact that I'm here to see him is actually like insanity to me. Like, but we move.
that's what I mean. Like out of all the men on the roster, he wasn't even,
I literally
wasn't
am
even
not
left
joking.
field.
He was the most left field thing ever, like ever. Yeah, like as well, like just to put into context for the girls like that listen to this podcast, like he like this is like literally my boyfriend from when I was like 18 years old. Like I'm 28 now. So it's like this is like how long ago this is. Like we worked in a bar together when I was 17 and he genuinely didn't even look in my direction. Like as in we worked together, we were friends. He's friends with my friends. Oh, I was friends with his friends, really. I don't know what I'm saying. He was friends with my friends. They were his friends, I was friends with. And like, yeah, I just thought he was like a moody, like really hot, like guy that literally didn't even care that I existed. And then like after I turned 18, like randomly, I think it was like leading up to my leaving cert, like he texted me and we started meeting up and then again, I was tricked into everything with it. I'm saying this like I didn't actively want to be with him. I obviously did, but I was with him for years afterwards, and like obviously, like life gets in the way. Like I was in college, he was working, we broke up. Like we tried to make it work at another time, it never worked, and then we just didn't talk for years. Like you know what I mean? Like it was like okay, like there's no point in us trying this. Like you know what I mean?
I didn't believe it was going to happen. I didn't believe she was going to do it because the track record said that she doesn't
Yeah.
do it.
The track
But you pulled to
record for
me.
me was saying that I would be alone with cats because I was just so allergic to men, which honestly, that lifestyle doesn't sound like a bad thing to me still. Anyway, we're having a great time.
Niamh's
Um,
in Australia.
I'm
She's
in
thriving.
Australia, but I'm on my holidays and I'm coming home. And like girls, we all know Australia is not one place I'll ever live for. Like it's not like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So that is something that we need to figure out as well, obviously, because um, he lives on the other side of the world, and I live on the other side of the world as well. Um, so yeah,
It was so funny when I said it to Ben, and Ben was like, "What the fuck
I
is with you
know,
and Niamh and people halfway across the world?"
I
Like,
know, I know. Like, he was so
it's
cute when he came when landed in the airport. He was wearing a t-shirt with my face.
that was adorable.
I know, literally, like this is it, and it's a face thing of my eyes like rolling back. I was weak laughing. Um,
Ugh.
but I didn't even spot it because I was like just off the flight. Oh my God, my legs blew up. Like they were so swollen. Like I wore
You were
the
on the
compression
airplane for so
socks,
long.
16 hours direct. So
I
long.
can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who's taken a lot of flights, that's a
Yeah.
flight.
That is, but
Like,
you know
you
what?
went
It actually
from,
went quite quickly. Like the first 8 hours were like done. But my thing
yeah.
is, I paid for extra leg room, so I was in an like an emergency row, but I was like
Hmm.
on the perfect side of it, where like they're the bigger planes, so there was no like bit in the front. Like I could
Hmm.
proper stretch my legs, but everybody came down to walk there to stretch their legs, so there was no point
Yeah.
being there anyway. Um. But yeah, I'm looking forward to not being on the exit row going back, obviously. But the flight actually did go quite quickly, and I adjusted to the time difference when I came over. But yeah, like I
Yeah,
actually
because
didn't
you
expect
go
it to
to
be
New
that
York and get
quickly.
jet lagged.
Yeah, I went to Boston and got jet lag, but I suppose when you're going forward, I feel like when I go back, it'll be
It's
sorry,
true.
this is a terrible angle of me now. When I go back, it'll be like the other way. So yeah, it's grand. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, my laptop's literally on fire after putting it on the pillow. My laptop's on the way out, I think, which is like not good.
Well, the airport's a great place to
Buy a laptop, I
for
suppose.
Australia. Things are cheaper. Could you could
I
have a
know. Do you
look.
know what? I lost my AirPods. I had to buy new ones over here. I was so sickened.
Oh,
Because John
not
was like, oh,
ideal.
they're
But
definitely
everything is
around. I'm
cheaper.
like, they're not.
Yeah, because sure you have the tracker thing.
Yeah. And it was like, I have one AirPod in my handbag, but the whole case and the other AirPod's gone. So I didn't know where it went. And the new AirPods don't fit my ears. So I had to get the other ones. But, what's it called? No snakes, but there has been a lot of spiders, I won't lie.
I'm
And
really glad you're okay with them because
yeah,
I wouldn't be able
I
to
love them,
exist.
but I just, do you know what? Usually I pick them up at home because I actually quite like spiders. I know it's such a random thing to say. Oh, actually, sorry, before I move on from this, can I just say I did get a few messages from the girly pops when I did post him, saying like, well, I'm a long time listener of the podcast and I'm just so happy for you. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate you,
That's
girly
so
pops. They were so
cute.
cute. They were like, I feel like I know you, so I'm just gonna write you. I was like, oh, cuties, love you so much.
That's
Um,
what we love to see.
that's what we fucking love to see. But yeah, the spiders, there was one the last day and I had to kill it and I felt so guilty just because of the fact that like I love them. But like I couldn't. It looked like if there was one that was going to bite, this one looked like it was going to bite. You know what I mean?
I've never related less to anything you've said in my entire life.
What about like in spiders?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I pick
I
them up.
would genuinely.
No, because I hate flies and blue bottles and moths or any of those things, and they get rid of them. So we're besties, really. Like,
I did look up the spiritual meaning, and it's actually good to have spiders
of
because
course you did.
obviously, yeah. But because blue bottles and little flies can be
Yeah.
seen as like monitoring eyes, like evil eye, or like
Oh,
people
really?
like keeping an eye on you. So
Oh,
spiders around is good because the web traps them.
yes. And I
Yeah.
love
So it is
spiders.
good.
I
Like
think we should leave
monitoring
them in
spirits so
more.
they keep away
And everyone's like, "Oh,
monitoring.
what if you eat them in your sleep?" So you're asleep, you don't even notice it. Like, it
Well,
doesn't
I
make any
mean, you
sense.
don't notice like the little ones that you get in Ireland, but like if
Oh, the
a
ones over here now. This
policeman,
is what I'm saying. If it's in the house, it's a no-no. It's not even my fucking place. It's his, like, to be fair. But I was just like, I felt guilty the
peppermint oil
last day.
deters them anyway,
But I'm not
allegedly.
gonna. I'm a guest. Like, I'm not gonna throw shit all around his house and say, "Oh, this is." Let me
You're a
just throw
better woman than me.
peppermints everywhere. Like, you know what I mean?
You're a better woman than me.
I
Me getting the
know.
peppermint oil, dropping it in the in the like window panes and
Yeah.
stuff, which isn't too
Mm.
bad. You can also get a little spray. But other than that, and other than you being in Australia, we missed
Hmm.
last week, which is fine. It
Yeah, we
happens.
needed it as well, girls. I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah, and I think that's better because we've done like we
we've been
have a library.
consistent.
We have a
Yeah.
like what? We've nearly 60 episodes,
Yeah.
50
God, we've been
something.
together so long now. We're like a
So
married couple.
instead, I would rather us take like 1 week ad hoc as opposed to
Mm.
like a 4 week extended.
Yeah,
Because then you
same.
get out of a flow. And I know podcasts do that all the time as like a
Mm.
season break, which does
Yeah.
make sense. I suppose, especially if you're like going into a
I just
studio.
think if you're doing season breaks, though, you're not going to go back. Like, the only reason why we've kept this show on the road is the fact that we've been like, yeah, the odd week,
Yeah.
been like, okay, we can't do this week. Like, you know what I mean?
And also, I'm kind of like, those podcasts, like the big podcasts that, like, I don't think like some of my big favorite podcasts rarely take season breaks, I don't
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
because you
But
get
we've
out
even
of the
got
habit
girls
of
that have
listening
written
to
to
them.
us being like, oh, the consistency is so good, like with our podcast, which we
And
appreciate.
also, do you know what I realized the other day? It's almost time for Spotify Wrapped.
I know, I'm so excited. I literally said last year, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait until next year.
Yeah,
When
because
we
last
can
year we were just
see.
getting started. Like last year we were just
Yeah,
babies.
it was our first year. Not even, we started halfway through the year, which is ex like gas.
Do you know what I
Um,
saw actually yesterday? Allegedly, there's these Irish Pod Awards.
oh yeah, I've seen them,
We
but it's
were,
not
we
on the
were
same
snubbed.
page last year. We're always
We were
snubbed.
snubbed.
But you know what? We'll be snubbing them. We'll be snubbing them back. Unless you're
I
with Go
actually
Loud or you have some connection to like Joe.ie and then like you're not nominated, which is a load of bullshit. But
Yeah.
like, look,
Do you know,
we
yeah, because I
moved.
was saying to my mom yesterday, because obviously I'm in the UK now more and more
Mm,
often, and I'm getting a few like creator opportunities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which we
mm-hmm.
love for me. And
Love.
I was like, in Ireland, if you're not in Dublin,
Yeah, you're completely snubbed.
or if
Like,
you don't go to Dublin frequently,
yeah.
unless you get to like a massive level of like, the
Mm,
massive TikTokers or whatever, it's very hard to be a part and network because it's all Dublin. Like in
all
Ireland,
dub.
it's all Dublin, whereas the UK is such a bigger market.
I'd actually nearly
Such a
prefer
bigger
to
market.
because I find if you're like hooked in that like Dublin zone, you can't
Hmm.
really penetrate the UK market. But if you're in the UK market, you can penetrate the Irish market. So I do think that that like is something
Yeah.
that is doable. Speaking of Irish podcasts, girls, we're thinking about doing a little Christmas show, but
Oh
like
yeah.
one night, nothing else.
One night
One
only.
night only. So
Come on,
we
come on.
would like you to let us know if you be obviously it'd have to be in Tralee because we're both home at Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I'm literally back for the next few months, but yeah, like I Christmas time is when she's gonna be home as well,
Well,
and
I
like
can
we
make
could
it happen
organize it.
anytime though. I'm not
Yeah,
too
true. You're
like
actually in the UK.
sometime before the Christmas season. So I think
Mm.
end November,
I'd love to do
running
that, but
in.
then again, like
I guess
I
if we
think a
put the
lot of our
dates out
listeners are in
there.
Australia as well. Shout out to some of you guys that I know are watching. But what's it called? a lot of our listeners that are Irish that are in Australia come home for Christmas as well.
Mm. We could do, those weird days in between Christmas and New Year that you kind of float around a bit and you don't really know what to do and
Yeah,
there's no set plan, like the
yeah,
28th.
yeah.
Those dates that seem to go on forever. There's not really much on. It's not
Mm,
New Year's yet. It's Christmas is far away, New Year's is far away, and it's like the 28th-ish or 29th.
maybe the 27th. I can't do
Okay.
the 29th anyway.
Well, see, the 27th is the day after Stephen's Day.
Okay, so well,
So,
I actually think we should be doing it before Christmas, I'll be completely honest.
okay. Yeah, that's
I
no, I was
think
just spitballing.
I think we're looking at like the 18th or 19th or 20th.
Yeah, I know I have a plan. I've one of the girls' 30th
Yeah,
on the
we need to like
Saturday
match up our
pre-Christmas.
calendars, but it would be
We'll
gas
match
even
up our
if we,
calendars. We'll
yeah,
put a few dates out there and the girlies can vote.
yes, I agree.
Because obviously we want the most people to have access to the date
Yeah,
that suits them.
but it'll have to be
And
no
we can
phones
have
because
so
Rebecca
much
is going to tell
fun
that crazy story from the remember podcast ago where
in my
Rebecca's like,
hometown.
yeah, actually,
Yeah, no,
speak.
I think it'll be so fun, and I think that could like lead us into then 2025 New Year
Mm-hmm.
Patreon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could do live show first,
Mm-hmm.
Patreon
To get a
2025 New
taster of what
Year.
the unfiltered, because
Yeah,
recently I've realized I've had to watch my mouth with a lot of the shit that I say. Like even on this episode, I'm like, cut, 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 cut.
yeah.
Um, but just purely because like,
And I think having bonus is fun, even if it's not like
yeah,
outrageously juicy stuff. Like some people just want more content and more
content, yeah.
episodes,
And like we could also
which
post like
like,
vlogs and stuff, which would be easier to do on a
yeah,
Patreon than on our own YouTube.
yeah.
But what was I going to say to you? Oh yeah, speaking of other podcasts ago, remember in the one of the first few episodes when I read out these love emails?
Yes, I do.
And I was like, oh yeah, he's really happy now, and like I'm happy that he's happy, but like he's not my person or whatever. That was actually about this ex-boyfriend.
That's the person. Isn't that
That's the
crazy? I
person.
think that's the most. I was going to say that earlier, but I was like, I don't know if she wants to say that. So
Yeah,
I just
no,
said,
that was him. That was him. Yeah, it's funny how life
that's
works, really.
life
Yeah,
works in the most mysterious, magical ways.
it sure bloody well does, baby
Life is
girl.
magic.
Life
Life
is
is magic.
magic.
And you know what else is
Motivational queen.
magic?
What?
It's only 6 weeks until I start the best time of the year, Vlogmas. I've started, the wheels have started
Do
I'm
you
gonna try
know how much I love Vlogmas? Like, I actually say this every year, but when I was moving out of Manchester, I was crying my eyes out playing Rebecca's Vlogmas videos, and like, honestly, was like just so happy that I had her there for company. I was like, oh my God, what would I do without Vlogmas? Then I was around for Vlogmas last year. I actually made a quick feature, you know. And yeah, I just I loved listening to it last year because I'd always get like mentioned randomly. Remember the time the elf thing? And yeah, I love it. It's my favorite time of year. I love when you do it.
I genuinely don't know how,
I
first
have
of
to
all,
put it
thank
back in
you.
the
But
pillow,
second,
sorry.
that's okay. I don't know how last year I did Vlogmas also pod. Like,
Yeah,
like in we did in-person recording. We
yeah.
pre-recorded episodes for over Christmas, and
Hmm.
I was also Vlogmasing, and I was going to Thailand.
I know, and I wouldn't
Like
mind, but like
that's
we
pure me
pre-recorded.
being like the more is on my plate, the better.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I don't
Genuinely.
know
I don't know
how
how
I
that
did
laptop
that.
survived. And then
No,
it
but
fell off
how
the
did I
couch and
did
run.
that going to Thailand?
I know. You edited it in Thailand as well. I was like, I can edit it. And you
Yeah.
were like, surprised it's done. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Literally
I was
insane.
doing vlogs in Thailand. I was editing podcasts in Thailand.
Yeah.
I was I was doing it all, which is crazy, but I'm so excited for Vlogmas this year. I
Mm,
think the UK of it all would add a fun new spin
yeah.
because I have a theory, and it's a weird theory if you think about it, but also it's not weird theory. But I think my vlogs, and I said this to Shun, and she agreed. My vlogs in the UK are more interesting because I've more locations to
Mm,
vlog in. Because my
hmm.
apartment in Rome was like all white. So the
Yeah.
whole background was
It
white.
was
There was no
white.
like
Yeah.
obviously here there's like art, there's different occasions, there's the better there's more places for me to film.
Mm,
So it
hmm.
feels more interesting, even though obviously you would think Rome vlogs. I don't know, that's just my hypothesis, but I'm gonna try get a sponsor for Vlogmas for the
Yeah.
whole
Oh.
25 days.
So
Because
can
I
we
feel like it's a
confirm,
good
are you still
opportunity.
in Rome or no? Because I can't keep up with you.
I know people are asking me this so much. You're asking the question that everyone wants to know. I mean, I'm in the UK
Yeah. How long have you been in the UK now?
2 weeks, 2 weeks, three
I
weeks,
think
two
you
weeks.
are in denial.
I
Sorry.
actually
I'm literally slouching down. I think you're in denial, to be honest.
Well, yesterday I was super cheesy and in my Lover Girl era and celebrated a 6 month anniversary, which
I
I've never done in my
saw.
entire life.
So
But you only
cute.
get one. You only get one 6 month anniversary. Like you can't do like, oh, we're together a year and 6 months. It doesn't have the same
Unless
like
you're me, in which case you will get a chance at it
you
twice.
got Sue. You,
Well,
oh,
I will, obviously,
yeah,
going for it.
that's what I mean. You'll get two 6 months
Yeah. And
but
I'll get another first year.
year.
Yeah.
You're doing it all over again.
I know
But
from the literal start. But you
unless
know
you're
what's
you,
so
you
funny
don't.
is we're not in the like love buzz. Well, we are obviously like I'm very happy like but you know the way like people go on this like honeymoon period for
Yeah,
like we don't have that because we know each other so well now that it's like it's not and I think that's why it moves so quickly because I know for like a lot of people they're probably like how did that move that quickly? But it's just genuinely because like obviously we were together for ages before so it's like we've bypassed all of that like getting to know someone and knowing what they're like. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, I suppose when you think about it, if there's hypothetically, if you break up with someone or someone like you have a breakup because of life not life working out or
Mm,
time or situation or distance or whatever, if you have that breakup and you don't get back together straight away and you have
mm-hmm,
like years of no
mm-hmm,
talking, no contact, no nothing, if
mm-hmm,
you're gonna go back to that,
mm-hmm.
it's not like oh we'll date again and we'll see kind of thing. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
there's way
kind of
too much
like
history to be like,
yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
like you would fall back in because it's like you didn't work out before, not
yeah.
because neither of you like did anything or didn't love each other.
No, and like we were
So
friends and everything afterwards. It was never like a
yeah.
messy, like horrible.
And then when you've years of no contact with someone,
Mm,
when they come back, it's like you just I don't know.
yeah. You have a heart attack the way I did. You pass out, you throw up. Yeah.
The actual play we'll talk about at the live shows,
Yeah, we'll
maybe.
talk about it at the live show maybe. I just feel like it's still so new to me and like it's so funny because like he just knows me so well that he's like, "Oh, are you getting like your little avoidant self again?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like I'm so bad. Um,
Isn't that lovely though, just having that communication, like of someone
yeah.
just being like,
Yeah, like and I really do appreciate it because I am really obviously like the girl said that I am a lover girl. I just needed obviously the right
you
person to
are
bring it out of
such a
me.
lover girl.
But it's like then when I try talk about it, I'm like this.
I've seen more lover girl out of you than I have ever,
I know.
ever, ever, ever,
Yeah, I know.
which is insane.
I know. It's so weird.
I feel like this episode you're just in shock because I feel like
Yeah.
you knew you were back together,
I know, yeah, but I'm actually in shock. You know what I
but
mean?
and you're like the way you're saying it now, you're like, wow,
I know it's
I
like
feel
I
like you're
actually don't know
out of
why I
your
can't talk
body.
about it. I
It's
just
because
feel
I feel like you're
like it's making it out like I'm not happy. I'm over the moon, but I'm just in shock. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said to him, which is actually really sad. I thought that like we were gonna die and never speak again because like we had gone years of no contact. As
that's
in
what you
like
said when you read the emails.
literally,
You
like I was
cried.
like, I haven't spoken to this man in years. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I genuinely thought, like, which is so sad, but I actually thought that like I was gonna die and never talk to him again. And like
Mm.
now, all of a sudden, like I'm in Australia and I'm visiting him, and it's like, what the fuck? Like I literally out of nowhere have a boyfriend again, and I'm like, this is so strange. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like
If you could go back to the 2024 bingo card episode where we thought we
I'd
we
actually love
detailed
for us to review
what
that
we
at the end of
thought.
the year.
We will.
Like
We can review it at the live show as well. That would be hilarious.
that would be so fucking funny because mine was
The
way
like
off. Like I went
mine
to
was
Spain
so
with my
off.
mom in August, and my mom was even like, if you had told me even then, or even in September, if you told me in September that like you were going to be going to Australia in October, like I was like, I know, same. I wouldn't have even gone on holidays in August then. Like I was in Spain, living it up, having the time of my life, drinking pina coladas. It's just insanity, like you know what I mean? It's so, and I had
It's
such
just
a busy
insanity.
August as well. Like I had my big family reunion, like I had all of those things. Like I was literally from start to finish, like it was just the most chaotic thing ever. That whole month was so busy for me. So then like September rolls around and then before I know October's like just so much has happened in the last 6 weeks, like that I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like you went from, knowing what you're like you were
Yeah.
at home in Tralee, you were working, like
Moving
you
to
were
the
always saying like I'm
UK.
not doing anything, like nothing's happening. You were gonna be going to Toronto, then that didn't happen, then you're moving to the UK. And it's
Yeah.
just like
It's just
it's
so weird.
insane.
Like,
But also, this was me. I thought like, you found your faith this year
yeah.
and you found all that, and then everything just falls into place. I
I
think that's
know.
lovely.
I actually do think a lot of it is to do with God. And like even mom said it, she was just like, you just put all your faith in God and like everything just has happened for you this year. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm
Hmm.
telling you, girls. I have like really, I think I've whiplash from this year, I'll be honest. Like it has been like so much has happened, but nothing has happened at the same time. Like I was
Yeah.
supposed to move to Toronto, then loads of things were happening with Toronto, and then it never happened, which was such a blessing in disguise. Then I was moving back to Manchester, and then now I'm in Australia on holidays. Like, and now I'm going to be going back from like this to, and I missed my favorite month. Like, I love Halloween. Like, you know what I mean?
And that just
Um,
shows. That
that
just
is,
the fact that you went in October just shows.
I know, honestly, like,
But if you moved to
yeah,
Toronto, you wouldn't be in Australia.
I know.
Like
This is what I'm talking
you moved to
about.
Toronto in June,
I
which is not
know.
that long ago. You would not like
But this
the
is what we were
butterfly
saying
effect is
because like
insane.
the reason why me and Courtney never ended up actually moving to Toronto was like we actually looked up like the prices of things over there and it's so expensive. Like we would have wasted all of our savings. And I was like, I have a big tax bill coming up because obviously like my companies are registered in Ireland. Like I was like, I can't afford this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I would have had money, like, but I wouldn't have had like the money to like you would have needed at least like 15 to like 20 grand to set yourself up comfortably in Toronto. But then you would have been pissing into the wind. I just spoke to so many of my friends that went there. They came back with no savings. And then we were like, oh, would you reconsider somewhere else? And like we were trying to find a middle ground. And the reason why I would decided to go back to the UK was because she was like, oh, I wouldn't do the UK. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go back to Manchester then. Like, that's fine. Like, my friends are still there, whatever. And yeah, it's kind of like, it's just crazy. Because even when I was thinking about when I was going to get my biometrics done, um, I had flown from London Heathrow to Dublin to get my biometrics done, and then I was going to fly from Dublin down to Kerry, like, and that day I got remember the world's worst hangover. That Charles guy was chatting me up in Heathrow, and I was like throwing up,
Vomited
like
onto.
could not stop getting sick, like literally was like on the plane puking, like so hungover, couldn't make my biometric, so I had to cancel. So that was the first time. Then the second time I nearly didn't make it up, but I did get my biometrics done, like my fingerprints, my eyes, everything done. Like we and then like we went as far as like lads, I actually paid for my flight. Like I was supposed to be gone in June, like, do you know what I
Your
mean?
flight was
I
booked.
it was booked. I was ready to get on that fucking plane, like, and then yeah, obviously once we seen the money, and also like we were waiting for her visa to get approved because like it's not like in the Australian ones they get approved straight away. With Canada, like it takes
Yeah.
months like for it to be approved.
Yeah.
Like, it took me at least like 4 months to get mine, and I think it took her like five.
Yeah.
So then, and like we opened it the 1st of January. So then, like by the time it did, and we figured out the money thing, we refunded the flights, and like excuse me, I was planning on going then to America for Thanksgiving this year. Like I was supposed to go over to the girls. Like everything that I planned this year has just like completely like I feel like I've whiplash from it. Like
It's just sometimes you can't force things and what's meant for you. Like at the time, you could have been so, and you probably were so frustrated. You weren't moving to
I
Toronto.
was
That was your
so,
plan, yada,
yeah.
yada, yada. But if you could
And
like
I
see
kind of felt
yourself
stuck
three
as
months from
well.
then, yeah,
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like I would have never seen this coming ever. Like
rejection is redirection.
I know, and I felt like I was just like at home, not knowing what I was doing, like
Mhm.
just so like lost, like to be honest, like do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And like that's why me and my mom went on that holidays in August, and honestly, like it was one of the best holidays I've ever had with her. Like, but we actually might try go on one in the new year again. She's literally the best ever. Like my mom is literally like my best friend. She listens to this podcast as well, so she's gonna be delighted when she hears us. But yeah, we literally were just having the time of our lives, like, and then I just feel like so much bloody happened. And then I was supposed to go to a lecture picnic, but my eyes were acting up. Do you remember like everything? Like it's just so crazy. Like everything just like came to pass and came to be like, which is just, I just honestly am so shook and starstruck, to be honest. I don't even know. Like this whole
it's
podcast has been me being
crazy.
like either like really timid and quiet talking about it or like think, but it's purely because I'm still in a state of shock. I can't believe that this has happened. This is such a random, like,
What a
yeah,
plot twist.
pot of plot twist. It was so funny though when we posted it because obviously we were together when we were younger, but we worked in two different places together.
Hmm.
The first time, like obviously we weren't together, we weren't even friends, we were just like friendly with each other. And the second one, we both worked in lifestyle sports. And like it was so funny because everyone who worked in lifestyle sports was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'll actually never forget because like he went up to head office then I was still in college, like, you know, and I feel like that there's like a big, not a big age gap, but there's an age gap between me and him. So I think that's why there was always like at certain points it didn't work because we were in different places in our lives. But um, what's it called? He was like modeling at one point for like the lifestyle sports things, and like they would be put up in the store, and like we were like broken up by then, like, but just like friendly, like, do you know, with each other. And my mom would walk in and be like, "Oh, he's still as gorgeous as ever." I suppose I'd be like, "Mom, get out of the shop." Biggest fan ever,
Actually
like.
mad.
I know,
Madness.
crazy, crazy. But yeah, madness, girls. I'm still on stage. Sorry, this podcast has been so chaotic. It's just literally because I literally can't believe I'm here either. I'm as shocked as you are, believe me, everybody.
Everyone in the room is shocked. I was
Jaws on
shocked
the
at a
floor.
point. Like I actually, when I think about it, I'm still shocked. Like if I think about it too much, I'm still shocked. You
Same,
know?
same. But
Like,
I'm very happy, obviously. Um,
yeah,
so yeah,
that's
no
great. We love to see
regrets,
it.
no
We
regrets,
no regrets, not even
no
the spelling.
regrets. But this isn't like an encouragement that everybody should get back with their ex-boyfriends. Like, to be honest, it's not like I'm not promoting that.
Yeah, no, I think if you
I feel like we're
I
always like,
think,
leave
you know
him.
what, do what feels right. And if it's a mistake, it's a mistake. And if it
Yeah,
works out well, it works out well. And I
exactly.
think you are the perfect testament. Like, don't think about it too much sometimes. Just throw
Yeah.
yourself right in the deep end. You'll either sink or swim.
And I do
I
think that that
live
was
by
one
that
thing I
motto.
wanted to like test myself with because I'm usually
Yeah.
like an overanalyzer and I'm like, no. And I'll talk myself out of things. So I was like, just
Yeah.
don't think about it and just go.
Yeah, you really did a me on it. You really, no thoughts, just vibes.
Yeah, honestly, you're rubbing off on me more and more than you think, girl. But did you see, obviously, because I'm in Perth, I'm seeing all the things now, but did you see young Philly?
We,
I think that fellas should be calling their boys a bit more regularly than they are. I always say this when something like this happens. Check your boys and they say something a bit like outrageous. Because there's loads of clips surfacing of him now and like he's saying mad stuff and like none of his friends corrected him.
it's just
Um,
disgusting.
it's
Like,
sad because
it's,
I thought he was quite nice as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I quite enjoyed his content, but it's disgusting, and I hope that that girl's okay. Like, it's just mad. Like, the world's gone crazy at the moment, though, hasn't it?
yeah, there's a lot of downfall of people who had things
Yeah.
going on in the shadows. You know, everything's kind of coming to light.
Yeah, and I hate to go
The-
all Bible girly on us, but there is a thing in the Bible about stars falling, and they're saying now that all the stars of Hollywood are falling. So
Yeah, yeah, it's in the astrology as well. It's all lines up.
it's crazy.
Because we're going it from Capricorn.
Mm,
We're going from
this is
Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto in Capricorn, the focus was on wealth. and
Mm-hmm.
idolizing wealth and idolizing people who have so much and
Yeah.
idolizing the celebrity. But
Mm.
Aquarius is all about the people, the
It's all
communities.
about the people and the
And I
communities,
feel like
yeah.
I've seen so much discourse online about how we've eradicated community from society, and that's why people are so
Mm.
miserable because they're like everyone's goal is to have their own apartment and live alone and
Mm.
and then you work alone. And obviously I'm such a big fan of working remote, and I will
Yeah,
never
same.
like be a fan of like these massive multinational companies pulling
Although I
people back
love
into
that as
office
well. I
just for the sake.
love going into the office and the whole
And that's what I mean. If you love it,
mm,
great. But some
mm.
people
Yeah.
don't
No,
want
I
to
love
commute.
I
No.
like a hybrid. I'd love to be able to be in there, but
Yeah.
also
Like a 1 day a week or when suits you and suits your schedule because the nine to
yeah.
five is so like we had the 9 to 5 in like
Yeah.
the 70s when
I
like we didn't
know.
have the technology we have now. We didn't
Mm,
have like all the resources we have now. So how is it like why are people working the same strict amount of
mm.
time when everything's done so much faster and so much more efficiently? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. It's
Like
crazy.
it doesn't make sense. But yeah, we're moving into an area like where people are realizing community is so important and there's strength in like having a strong community around you and not
Mm,
isolating yourself. But that's what
yeah.
we're moving
But
into.
I
But
love going
yeah,
into hermit mode as well, mind you.
I know it's good. It's
I
good
do
to have
love
balance and
it.
people are different. Like some people
Yeah.
need alone time a lot more. Like me,
Mm,
I was literally saying the other day that I would love to um like do an out of office for my life
yeah.
kind of thing. Like just I'm just taking I'm just taking a week. I'm just taking 2 weeks.
Mm,
Like I've heard of so many
yeah.
people being like, I don't have a phone because I don't need to be contactable that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, can
And
I also though argue you here on this one?
oh, of course.
You kind of already have yourself on a permanent out of office because you just don't text people back. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing is you kind of are doing the polar opposite because you've created such a massive community online, but you don't foster it the way you should. Like you have girly pops that love your vlogs, loves your TikToks. I'll go into your TikTok comments. You don't reply to one of them. You don't even open your messages. You don't even if you're not texting your friends back, you're not going to text your fans back. Do you know what I mean?
But it's just like, and I think I was saying this to UK man the other
Yeah.
day that and I think it's everyone's different, but
Mm,
it's like all these tabs in my brain are open, right? So
yeah.
it's like even if the messages are coming in, like I will see them all coming in and I'll be like, oh, I'll do that later. Like I'm busy doing something else now. Like if I'm in the flow of something
Yeah.
and I pick up my phone to send a message back, that whatever the flow of what I was doing is gone. Like
Mm,
it's left the chat, it's left the room. So then all these tabs open up, but then there's so many that it's
mm,
the idea of, but then I'll hyperfixate and I'll text everyone back in the same hour and be like, hey, how are you? Like send a
yeah.
million voice notes. And that's just how I work. And it's not that like I don't appreciate like on YouTube, like I will reply to comments and I'll see things and
Yeah.
I'll engage,
Hmm.
but I can't. And I was actually saying to UK man,
Mm.
I was like, Neve, like when Neve gets a message, like she'll respond to
No,
it
I'm
straight away.
actually gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh,
Oh my God.
what?
What the fuck is that?
No, guys, what is going on?
Is that a grasshopper? How the fuck did a grasshopper get in here? Oh my God, that's definitely a spider. This isn't funny. Dave. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I'm not even joking. I don't even know what's gone now. It's the size of a fucking mouse, like.
What is it?
I don't even know. Like, I've never seen anything crawl like that. What is that like?
I can't believe I'm saying this. That's not that big.
No, it doesn't look big on camera, but it is massive.
I
No,
think
like
you could
honestly,
throw
I
up.
seen it from sitting here and I'm blind as fuck, so that should say a lot about the size of it.
That's fair.
Like, I honestly can't do this. Like, this is why I never wanted to come to Australia.
This is what the peppermint oil, I'm telling you.
No, I literally
Like,
can't cope
mint
with this place.
plant.
Like, bad juju everywhere. Nah.
That's crazy.
I can't wait to be back in Ireland, honestly. No,
Oh,
I'm obviously going to be sad. I'm going to miss my boyfriend a lot, but like,
yeah, it's just, and especially when you don't know, like, I feel like if you grow up in Australia, you know what these things are. Whereas when you don't know, it's more, does iPhone has a thing where it
no,
can
why
like
is he
show
saying ha ha
what
ha
a,
now? This isn't funny.
well, it's obviously just a small thing then.
And
To
handle
be
this
honest
because
though,
I'm
when I
really
was in
well.
Australia, I didn't, I was lucky. The only thing I saw was a cockroach.
You were in Sydney though. They love you, Rebecca. You should get one tattooed on you, I think.
That's the most outrageous thing. I would never do that. They are
Well, just
disgusting.
as outrageous as you saying that that little bug was, well, he's not little. He goes,
Ugh,
fuck off. I don't believe a word of it.
I've the heebie-jeebies.
I have the
But yeah,
heebie-jeebies.
just to circle back on that point, I do think though I should get an ADHD diagnosis because I think that is a big part of it. Like the whole, because I will like, it's not like I'm not responding. Because my brother, like Ben, calls me. He's like, "Do you think you're a celebrity? Like, why aren't you responding?" But that's not it. I don't
Yeah.
know how to like. You're probably one of the one people I text back. Like I'll pick like one or I think it's like I genuinely think I need to get an ADHD diagnosis because I think
Mm.
it's like a like
No, do definitely, Angel.
I'll pick a person and I'll like obviously when I'm not in the UK it would be Rob or
Of
and like one or two
course.
friends
But
and
like, I do think if I need
I'll
something like actively quickly off you, I
yeah
just ring you.
but
Oh,
I'll
it's a
talk to
grasshopper.
like yeah that's fine. I'll talk to them like all day every day and like last week the week before like it was Josh like I was talking to him like all day every day for like 5 days in a row and
Yeah.
then but I don't it's just like it's a task. It turns into a task in my brain. And I
Mm.
think I get overwhelmed by the amount of tasks, if that makes sense.
That's so fair, but it does sound like it's affecting your life a lot, Angel.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how to cope with it, really.
You
Because
know
it's
what you
just
should
like
do?
everything turns into a task. I
You
need to
should,
get like a personal phone and a work phone.
I
And then
agree.
when I
Hmm.
want to go on and respond, because it's not like I don't like responding to comments. It's
Yeah.
just that like, and then also messages, like I created a section on WhatsApp because you can
Yeah.
create like the favorite section now. So
Yeah.
I'll go into my favorite section on WhatsApp and see who I haven't responded to out of that and try
Yeah.
prioritize them. But like currently, I haven't texted Shun back. I haven't texted Alex back. I haven't
Mm.
texted Josh back. I haven't texted Grace back. I haven't texted my family group chat back. I haven't texted Ashling and Roisin Kavanagh about astrology things back. I haven't texted
Hmm.
Una back. I haven't texted Carlotta back.
Mm.
There's three other group chats I haven't texted back. I haven't texted Mackenzie back. Laura sent me a voice note on the 23rd of September. Like there's genuinely, and that's only WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And then we go into Instagram and it all builds up. It's like emails. Like I've like 10,000 plus emails,
That's
13,360.
very overwhelming, you poor thing. You know what you should do every day?
I thought of
I
creating a
think you
new
should get a
Apple ID.
calendar, right? And you block book in time in the calendar so you're like more structured, but just for
Yeah.
yourself because like you're not a very like because you know the way you focus. If you were like every day for these 20 minutes, I'm going to text people back that I have to text back. And then if they're important and you need to follow on, you can in the following 20 minutes that you have the next day to contact people back, you can like carry on the conversation then. It doesn't mean you have to contact them back all the time.
Yeah. But then see, I'm very much so like I want to talk to people when I'm in a good mood, Joe, that kind of way.
Yeah, I
Because I'm
get
like,
you.
if, and especially with voice notes and long distance friendships, like, I don't want a
Mm,
voice note back as a task. You
yeah.
know, I want to be like,
Mm,
hey, oh my God, and give, I don't know. It's a lot. I think it's not normal for humans to have these device, like, we've only had
yeah,
these for
it's
like the
not.
past 20 years,
No,
before
100% it's
it
not.
got better.
My all my messages are usually about work, to be fair.
Yeah. No, and work ones I have got better. Like if I get a work email in, I respond
Mm,
to it the second I get it because if I don't, it's back in the files. And I
yeah.
think genuinely some people are like that. Like I've like there's loads of influencers I follow that are like I'll respond to some messages I won't like I can't possibly and obviously I'm not at that level where I'm like I get thousands of messages a day.
Mm,
But and like some people will message me about a thing that and I'll like voice note back straight away and they'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're so helpful. Someone else could be waiting in my DMs for 3 months.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not like a priority thing of someone's
No.
better than other. It's just
No, never. What's
mood
it
I'm in
called?
when I get a message.
I love that the podcast girlies know that you have to message me if you want to talk to Rebecca because she won't see it. They're always
No,
like,
but also,
can you
sorry,
text Rebecca? I'm like, yeah, girl, no problem.
Instagram is against me because then the other day I went into my requests
hmm
and some days I'll go in and it'll be like no requests. And then other days I'll go in and
It's
Joe, when you
full.
put it on,
Mine does that as
it'll like
well.
reload the BGBs. See, that's why I like YouTube as well because I feel like I'm talking and then people can
Mm,
talk back. I don't know.
I get you. I'm picking up the vibe that you're putting down. Do I need to put
Yeah,
a
but
light
I
on?
think having a work
And a
phone and a
sunset
personal
here.
phone would help. But the other day I was like, maybe I'll just create a whole new Apple ID, a whole new WhatsApp, and like start from zero.
No, don't do that to yourself.
I don't
I already know where this is
know.
going, and I'm
No, but
saying no.
it just I don't know. I just it gets so overwhelming. And I think it's because as well, obviously I work online, I work on my phone and everything's on my phone.
Yeah,
So
same.
then
It's
it's
hard to
like,
switch off. Like, you need to get
yeah.
into fiction reading again. I'm telling you, that's where
But
it's at.
no, I switch off now. I switch off by like turning off my phone. Like I'll just turn my phone off and even leaving it in
Yeah,
the other, which is so
yeah,
nice and peaceful for my brain to like no peace.
I know.
But yeah, it does sound very
Yes.
dramatic, but if any girlies can relate, I feel like the
Mm.
girls that get it on this one. But I like
Yeah,
you are so like you just like you'll be like, hey, I can't respond right now. I'm doing this. I'll talk to you later. Which
yeah.
it makes so much sense. But
But
my
it's
brain
because I
doesn't
work
like
in business, so I know that if I've
oh,
replied, I can
true,
circle back. You know what
true,
I mean? That's just
true.
genuinely because I run a
And
business, I have to.
yeah, but I feel like you are definitely more organized than I am.
But I
Like you are
definitely think I like have ADHD as well, but I'm just like very OCD. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I think it manifests it can obviously it
It comes in
manifests
different
differently for so many
ways.
people.
Yeah.
But I do think obviously there's ways and means of managing things. But I do think like we live in such an online world now that it's kind of like sometimes you're like, I just want to throw it all off a balcony and live in a homestead. But then I'm like, no, I don't. I'm so chronically online and I love it. You know what I mean? But it's like
Oh,
sometimes I'm switching off scrolling TikTok. But just because I'm on my phone scrolling TikTok and switching off, that doesn't mean I'm contactable. Like those two things are
yeah,
different.
I
Do you know
know.
what I
They're
mean?
very different things. I agree. Um,
It's
I'm really
it's
freaked
tough.
out about this grasshopper. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know
Yeah.
where it is in the
How is
house.
we should give him a name to like personalize him a bit more.
No, don't do
Humanize him.
that. Because what if I get freaked out and I accidentally kill him? I literally have
Or
not
then you'll
gotten
be
over
like,
that
I
spider
killed
that I
Bob.
killed on Saturday. Like I feel sick. There's either him or me. Like I'm telling you, you
I
don't know
know this
what's in him
sentence
here.
doesn't help at all, but they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
Why are you making me feel guiltier?
I'm not making you, no, not about the spider. I agree with killing the spider. I'm saying that
No,
little
no, we
thing
shouldn't
running
agree.
around.
Let's not normalize hatred towards spiders, girly pops. Especially in Ireland now, because it's winter time, they'll all be coming in for a little bit of cozy. I
Unless
mean,
you spray peppermint oil on your windows and then they won't come in because their little feet touch it and they're like, ew, and then they run away.
oh, babies.
Fun fact.
Um,
I only have the windows open at certain times per day and all the windows are laced in peppermint oil. I'm
I
not
don't know
even
how the
joking.
fuck that grasshopper got in, I can't lie. Rebecca, what am I gonna do with my hair?
Yeah, so how is the hair? What's I like it. I think it looks perfect.
Yeah, so the vibes
What's
are, I had to
the
get the
issue?
baby lights obviously because I knew I was coming into the sun and I'm naturally blonde.
Yeah,
So I just got baby lights to break up the banding. Um,
yeah.
it's grand. I'm not
Mm.
overly in love with it. I won't lie to you. I prefer the darker hair on me. Um, it's
You
the
prefer
length.
the darker.
Yeah, and it's the length as well. I'll be real.
Oh, well, the length is you just have to wait it out.
I know, but then again, my extension lady is actually coming back to work in November, right? Look, I'm not even getting into this conversation. I know I won't do it, but the
But
option
by
is there.
November, it's going to be even longer again. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but I feel like it's just by the
And the
tit. I
health,
need it
like
longer. No, the
I
health
know
is
you,
amazing, girls. If I
the
would
health
say
is amazing.
anything.
And I don't care what any, like extensions always create some level of damage,
Problem,
you know?
yeah. I
They
know.
do because it's
I
pulling at
know.
your hair and it's
Yeah, true.
tension
And do you know what?
and
Feeling that in
it's
my hair
tension
again. But
or
sometimes I
stuff.
wish I could just fuck it over my shoulder, you
Well,
know, my
you have
dramatic.
clip-ins.
Yeah, but
You
they're
just
not
have
the
to,
same. If you flick it over the shoulder, they kind of get a bit loose in the head.
I
You know what I
know. I
mean?
know.
Also, a
But
bit
it,
off my nails.
oh,
Mer-
I have no nails either. This isn't who I am.
Who the fuck
This
are
isn't
we,
who we are.
Rebecca?
This is
This is
not who
not
we are.
us.
I need to go back to Tralee, County Kerry and go to Larissa and get her
Yeah,
to
you do.
really
Are you going
heat
back
up
next
these
week?
nails.
What's it called? Yeah, I was gonna get them done over here, but I think I might just get stick-ons until we go home.
Yeah, no, Australia now. I didn't have.
You'd have to go to
You
an
could
Irish
get
one over here
biab,
then.
I'd say it'd be grand.
Yeah, I definitely could, but I don't know. You know me, I'm very loyal to a fault when it comes to
I know,
things.
and if anyone knows anything about being particular with nails, it's me.
I
Like
know.
if I could teleport Larissa to
Mm,
where I am to do my nails at
I
all
know.
times,
Oh my God,
I would
actually,
be.
can I talk about my nail lady from Manchester?
Oh my God, of course.
Remember her, girls? I used to fly over to her. She set up her own nail studio.
Oh my God,
Text
slay.
her congratulating her. I'm so happy for her. She's
We
such a
love to
hard
see it.
worker. So
We love to see it.
congratulations, Elena. Um, and oh, do I have any other fun random news for you? Isn't it so funny now that I've actually settled into this podcast? I'm way more chattier now, and I literally have a
Yeah,
meeting in an hour.
you're a lot more chill now.
See, I get
You're
very
I
awkward when I talk about, obviously, because it's so fresh, I don't want to really be talking about it. But give me another month or two, girls, and I'll be like,
But you
anyway,
don't have to.
I
Do you know
know,
what I
I
mean?
know.
Like you can say you're in Australia and like you can leave it like you don't have
Yeah.
to talk about anything. That's what I've learned. You
Yeah, so
don't like if you
true.
don't want to talk about it, you can
Yeah,
just
maybe edit it down a good bit today.
Ctrl Alt Delete.
Yeah, maybe cut a good bit of it out. But what was I gonna say to you? You're gonna hate me with the editing of this podcast, I reckon.
It's
Um, I,
okay.
I rewatched Desperate Housewives of Darren. I cried today because I got to the last bit of it.
You unlocked a
And
new memory for me about Miss McCluskey.
oh my God, I was
I totally
bawling.
forgot about her existence, and then read that word, Miss McCluskey, in your
She's
story,
a
and
real G.
it triggered something in my brain, and I was like,
She's what I want to be when I grow up. She's just such a fucking legend. Like, love her.
Miss
I
McCluskey.
miss you so much. What will we do when we see each other again? We get a
I know
Chinese.
I'm oh my God. Actually, we will get a Chinese, but
Yeah.
Chinese UK update. We tried a new one the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The spice chips didn't come in a little box. They came in a
Oh,
bag like they're supposed to.
okay.
Chicken balls were on fresh. Sweet and sour sauce was on not tasting
And
radioactive.
now we're back.
Curry sauce, chow mein.
Don't get
It
me
was
hungry now
so
because
good.
they can't
I'm
do
still
Chinese
thinking
over
about
here
it.
well.
No. But I found one. And
Okay.
girls, if you've moved to a new place in Ireland or the UK, you just have to kiss a few frogs before you find that Chinese.
Yeah.
That really
Yeah, you
hits
really
the way,
do.
like it hits the way I need it to hit. It's
Mm,
not exactly, but it's up there. It's up there.
yeah.
It really is. But what are we gonna do? We're gonna have a cozy time. We're gonna record in person
Yeah. We're gonna get a Chinese.
and get a
We're
Chinese.
gonna watch some cozy TV.
I
Put on a
finished
fire
Gilmore
because it'll
Girls
be
actually.
cold.
I love fire. It's actually it's not too cold in the UK yet. Like the temperature is quite high. Like I haven't been like cold yet. Even though when you
Yeah.
walk out sometimes the air hits you in the face, but oh it's gonna be so nice to just
I
have that
miss
chill
the
time.
cold weather. Can't wait to be back in it. I'm a cold weather girl, like.
You're gonna be freezing when you get back because that's the thing about
Yep.
Australia. I'll
Mm-hmm.
never forget when I came home at Christmas. I couldn't warm myself up. Like there was no I was like walking around the house wrapped in blankets, and my mom was like, "What is wrong with you?" She was like, "The heating's on." I was like, "I'm freezing." Like I
Yeah.
couldn't warm myself up. Oh,
It's hard. It's hard to warm myself up, baby girl, in a world
it is,
that's so
especially when you
cold.
become climatized. Like when you're in a place for long enough, you become climatized
I'm
to the
definitely not
weather.
acclimatized to this heat, and I never will be, to be honest. Well, now in fairness, it's not really hot at the moment because it's only spring for them, but
Yeah.
yeah, we
But
said yeah
that's
at the
nice
same
that
time.
that's nice that it's suiting you and
Is
that you're
it?
not well, you're not hating it. And I do feel like
Yeah,
you're
but the heat
thriving.
is different here. But yeah, but I'm
It's
obviously
different
enjoying
in
it
this,
because
yeah.
I'm happy because I'm with him. But like,
Yeah.
the heat is different here because it's dry heat. It's not like
Yeah.
heat in Spain or
Humid.
heat
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
gets
yeah.
in Ireland because it gets very like wet hot on the
Yeah.
northern side of the hemisphere, whereas it's dry heat
Mhm.
down here.
Yeah. Which I actually prefer. I prefer a bit of dry heat.
Same. Excuse
I
me, my hair
prefer
doesn't like it though.
Yeah, the hair situation never will. But it looks perfect now.
Went to Chemist Warehouse the last year and I got a bond maintainer mask thing and I had to get dry hair oil, a heat protector, everything like because my hair like is in like it was snapping off. It was so dry, like
Chemist Warehouse is a magical place.
oh, I love it.
They have so many vitamins, they have so many perfumes. I just love those places where you walk in and you know you could just find anything in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When we were in there,
Like,
Jono said that there was a girl looking at my arse and I was laughing afterwards. It's like she definitely thought I was a BBL for real. I'm never beating those BBL allegations.
you know what? I've been looking at you in the pod and I follow this girl on TikTok and I told you about her. I don't know, have you
Hmm.
looked at her yet? She's Australian. Her name is Blue-Eyed Kayla Jade.
Oh, you told me about
Obsessed
her.
with her. But you are so like, but she has a BBL. But you are so you because she has the like real like just people who have this just like extremely pretty face. She has the real pretty face and like exact same skin as you. You look exactly like her. It's not going to
Rebecca, that was
be
so nice. What the
no, but
heck?
you do. You just have such a naturally pretty face and you have like this like beautiful skin and she's the exact same. Like the blondes, the
I'm
natural
crying.
blondes. No, but it's true.
I'm obsessed with
And
you.
she's like it's like giving like Barbie. I don't know, but look her up. She's fab. But you
Yeah.
give that energy, especially today.
Oh,
I don't know what maybe it's the
queen.
skin. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Which is, do you know
Yeah,
what? Because it is
Australian
sunburnt
glow.
underneath. It's really
Yeah, true.
burnt underneath. Do you know what's so funny? Yesterday I put up a thing because I was just like me and Dara were talking about Cher and like how nice she is. And I put up a thing being like, oh, how old is Cher? And it was like 78. And I was like, and the next one was like, how can I be sure? And it came up believe. And I was like, noted. And then
Do you
then Donna
believe in
replied to my
love
story and was
after
like,
love?
he was like, you get medical grade Botox, you're good. I was like, he goes, you are sure. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? So fucking fair.
That's
There's one good
so
thing those
true.
eyes are good for. It's
That's so good though.
Botox.
Well, at least as well, Australia has Medicare. So
Yeah.
which is the same as NHS. Like it transfers over. So if you have an NHS, you have a Medicare
Yeah.
for anything health related. But also I had that
Guess who
moment
else has
recently
an
where I was
NHS
street.
number?
I needed a proof of address.
I'm just so proud of you. Welcome to the club.
Well, in the club, I saw you referenced that on FaceTime. In the club, we all fam. And
But
I was
in the
like, what
club,
is she
we all
saying? And
fam.
now it's all over my everywhere. I love it. In the
I feel
club,
like it's
we all
dying already,
fam.
and I had such a funny TikTok to make with it.
No, it's
Um,
not. I
is
feel
it
like you
not?
have another few days.
Got the
I feel like
sagging
you
to
have until
start.
the weekend.
Yeah, it was the weekend I needed for. Oh my
And
God,
plus the
goodness.
real girlies are going to be doing it in like 2 months anyway. So you have until
Yeah,
it hits
true.
real. You know what I mean?
So true.
You do. You have
In the
until it hits.
club, we all fam. What?
Because right now it's on
In the
TikTok
club,
and Twitter.
we all fam. In the club, we are all family. Are you racist? Love it.
So good. So good. Like 10
Oh,
out of 10. I just love a good trend, you know? I will hop on a trend like
yeah,
nobody's business. Sorry, did you know? And this has nothing to do with trends,
yeah.
but I was thinking of TikTok and my recent TikTok.
Hmm.
Price tags in Aldi are little mini screens.
What?
I'm not even joking. The
Like, as
price
in, like
tag,
digital
little
screens.
mini digital screens.
What the heck?
One of them started, I was in Aldi the other day. One of them starts glitching. And I'm like, what? And Rob's like,
What?
yeah, they're screens. UK man's like,
What?
yeah, they're screens. Yeah.
Was this common knowledge?
I made a TikTok about it. I
I
did,
didn't see your TikTok. I haven't really been
but
on my phone, to be fair.
no, that's so fine. I meant to put text on the screen and I forgot. But literally, they're all mini screens. They're not, but maybe it depends on maybe it's a UK thing.
Or
Guys,
maybe
go
it's a
to Aldi
UK
and
thing, though.
investigate. I
In the
don't
club
know.
by
They're
11 o'clock.
so like if the price changes, it's all done digitally.
That makes more sense than manual labor going around, but they're taking our jobs.
Yeah, what did I see today? That AI is going to take 86 million jobs, but it's going to create 91 million new ones.
Yes, and also
I
all
love
of my
AI. Love
girlies that ever
ChatGPT.
got arts degrees, Europe, that's going to be the most wanted. Anyone who studied language,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a law degree, obviously, but I did it with English, and that would be the most sought after because you'll have to monitor AI. So
I got a degree in life.
you got a degree in
Actually,
being
no,
a
all those
badass
jobs are coming up
bitch.
already. All those
Yeah.
jobs are coming up already. You have to like train AI, AI prompt training. I applied for one the other day, right? Because I
Mm.
want to start earning a few pounds because
Oh my
pounds,
God, and
I'm
pound to
paying
euro is
euro.
so good.
Yeah, it's 120, like
Yeah, you'd make
10
so much
euro
money,
is
Rebecca. I would recommend it definitely.
yeah, 10 pounds is 12 euro. So I was like, right, let's just do a little thing that I can do from home, earn a few
Mm-hmm.
pounds. So and they're hiring like in Ireland, in the UK, but I was like, I'll sign up to the UK one so I get paid pounds. Now,
Mm-hmm.
after I thought about it, I was like, realistically, they probably pay in dollar anyway.
Mm.
But the point being is I signed up, so I had to like put in my ID and stuff, and they wouldn't accept my Irish passport because it's a stupid American company who does it. Like they were like, "Oh, you have to have the passport of the country that you're applying to," and I was like, "No,
Oh
I'm
God,
Irish." They're
that's
like,
so
so I had to
annoying.
email customer support, and they were like, "Oh no, unfortunately, like we don't accept." So now I have to sign up to the Irish one, and I was like, "No,
Oh
no, no! Like
damn.
if you're Irish, like you don't
You
need a
could
UK
definitely get
passport."
another one.
A
Like you could
passport?
definitely get another one of those kind of jobs.
Oh yeah, there's so many. I've been on my LinkedIn grind, also on my
I'm
like
proud of you,
creator
girl.
jobs. Yeah, and I think oh, and the thing I made the other day. I've been meaning to make one for
Yeah, I'm
years.
so proud of you. That was
Like
unreal. Is it a
a
portfolio?
yeah, like a portfolio, like a
I
rate
need to
card.
make
Well, it
one.
doesn't have my rates on it, but it's so cool. I love it.
I
And
need
I
to
made
make
it the
one
other
so
day. And it
badly.
makes me look so impressive. And I'm like, wow.
But I have to like anonymize a lot of mine because I'm bound by strict NDAs. So like so funny because like one person wanted to white label my services before and I was like, it's like, do you have a portfolio? I was like, you know the time that it would take for me to make a portfolio and get it signed off because everything I work with is under strict things. It's just not even worth my time.
Yeah, see that's the thing when you work for yourself and not a company, like you can't say I worked for this company. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, because a lot of the
Like
times you
I was
can't, because,
employed by this company because it's freelance.
mm,
Like they're hiring you in to
yeah,
it, if that
yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
crazy. My hair
Hmm.
looks really blonde today.
It does look really blonde. I think it looks gorgina.
Thanks, girl.
My hair looks really black, and I've been thinking of dyeing my hair black.
Your hair's
Like
after
black, black,
getting
or
very
autumn.
long. I'm jealous.
Yeah, but it's still in the awkward phase.
Yeah, so is mine. Fuck it. Why do we do this to ourselves?
No, it's fine. I'm getting there. By my 31st birthday, my hair is going to be past my nipple, and that's all I care about.
Yeah,
That would be a hilarious podcast
hopefully me
title.
too.
By my
Happy
30th.
31st birthday, Rebecca. Is your hair past your nipples
It's
yet?
actually my half birthday on the 22nd of this month.
Is it?
And do you know what I realized the other day, which is actually very sad? I never blew out candles on my 30th birthday. I never had a birthday cake. No, actually, that's a lie. I realized I hadn't had a birthday cake, and then me and Barbara went to Il Maritozzo, and she got me we got Maritozzo. It's like a little bun, and we put a candle in it, and I blew that out. But I never had like a birthday cake kind of thing. So I want to get one for
Okay.
my half birthday because I can't let it be said you know,
Oh, I'm watching Oscar in the background there kissing.
it
Yeah,
just
you
never
have
happened.
maybe
I
just
just
do
never,
it.
I never had a cake.
Yeah,
And I'm
you need
such a
the
birthday cake
cake.
girly.
I
I love a
know.
birthday cake.
You
Like
love birthday
there's
cake.
only one time a year you can have a birthday cake that's yours and that's on your birthday. Well, on your half
That
birthday,
is
allegedly.
really the aim
That's
of a
deep.
birthday cake, baby girl.
But I never had one. Well, me and Barbara
I
did the
know.
thing and we put it in the bun, which was lovely. And it was still, I guess, if you think about symbolism, it's the same kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
just a bun as opposed to a cake.
Yeah.
But I feel like on your 30th birthday, you have to have a birthday cake. And also, I'm in the land of like M&S and Asda cakes, which are.
I love M&S, honestly, like,
I went yesterday, they changed the recipe of the cookies.
did
They changed
they?
the M&S cookies, and I walked an hour yesterday, Neve. I walked an hour to the
Yeah.
closest M&S because to get a bus there, it's like really awkward. So
Okay.
I walked an hour to the closest M&S.
Yeah.
Lovely country walk, whatever. Walked there. I get to M&S and I'm going for one reason and one reason only. And it
The
is these
cookies.
cookies. I go
Mm.
to the bakery, the cookie section, empty. They only have this shortbread thing. And I'm like,
That
oh my
happened in
God.
Coles the
Next
last
thing
day as well.
I look, and inside the bakery, there's like three, you know, those clear storage boxes.
Mm.
there's three clear storage boxes full of cookies.
Mm,
So in my head, I'm like, either these are gone off or they haven't gone out yet. But I'm
mm,
like, there's no way there's that many cookies sitting gone off. Like that wouldn't make sense
mm.
because they keep selling out because they're gone viral because they changed the recipe. So I'm standing there for about 10 minutes waiting. I'm like, I'm going to get these cookies fine. No one comes. And I approach someone in the aisle. Now, of course, when you approach someone in a grocery store and ask them to do something, if they're just stocking shelves, you can be met with someone who doesn't care and is not willing to help you or someone who's
Yeah.
really friendly. So I walk and I'm like, hi, I'm so sorry. I want cookies, but they're not there, but they're in a box. Da, da, da. Can you help me out? So she comes over and she's like, oh, if they're not labeled yet, like we can't sell them. She's like,
Okay.
I'll have a look and see.
Mm-hmm.
So of course the top box has the fully chocolate cookies, like the
Mm.
brown, but I wanted obviously regular chocolate. So it's like being awkward then. Actually, not those, the ones beneath. So she
No.
takes them out, they're labeled everything. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry for being awkward, but I walked an hour for these.
Oh, Blaze.
But they were so good.
I'm
But
glad.
yeah, I
Look,
walked an
your
hour.
journey to walk and get those things is truly to be admired and respected.
I love a walk.
I love a
I
good
really,
walk as well, actually.
I love a good walk. And now that I have this ring thing as well, it like entices me to walk more.
My Apple Watch must think I fucking died because I haven't gone to the gym in about 2 weeks. I'm actually gonna go this week though. What?
That statement was just so funny.
I
And
probably
think
did
about
think I died, to be
a
honest.
statement to a Victorian child.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
Apple Watch has died because must think I've died because I haven't gone to the gym. First of all, the whole concept of a gym would throw them for a loop, not a mind an Apple Watch.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna lose my muscles and my definition if I don't keep going though.
I don't think so. That's not how you don't lose muscle that fast.
Yeah, well, what if I did? Okay, girls, we're just chatting shit now and I have a meeting
Do
come up,
a
so I
few
really
squats.
gotta go. I love you,
That's okay.
girls. Sorry for missing last
This
week.
was a great start to my morning.
I know, great start to the morning. You have a lot of editing to do though.
But see, now I'm awake. Like, I'm the type of person, if I wake up in the morning, I
Yeah,
can go back to sleep, no problem. But once I'm up,
yeah.
I'm not a napper. There's no like me going into bed now for a little nap. Like, I'm
Mm.
up now. Once you're up, you're up.
Just be conscious that it's 5 p.m. here and I have a meeting at 6 p.m. and I will be
Oh, yes.
asleep.
So transfer
So if
me
you could get
that.
it, yeah, I'll transfer it straight
Yeah.
away. If you could try to get it edited as soon as
Yeah. And
possible.
girlies, if this wasn't live at 8 a.m. exactly, it's because we just had a little editing, but it will be live on Wednesday. And that's all
Okay,
that matters.
we love ya. Mwah. See you later.
Yo.
Bye.